So we can start today. So let's discuss what we have discussed so far. If you see this screen, uh, this is our project. Let's go to storage account. This is the storage account, and in this storage account, I can go to my container, and in this container, I'm having the source, customer, order, products, and regions. Okay, both are having two files each. Okay, so we have a customer data, order data, product data, and region data. Customer is a master data, product is also a master data, region is also a master data, order contains transactional data. Okay, so we have created bronze layer, silver layer, and gold layer. So initially bronze layer, we are following, this is a medallion architecture. In this medallion architecture, bronze layer will get the ingested data, whatever we are ingesting directly from the source, right? So this is the layer. So we have created our unity catalog, configured this unity catalog to ensure data governance and other properties you might have studied. We have a catalog created for bronze, and in that bronze layer we already place the data while writing the notebooks. So we have already discussed the notebooks related to bronze layer, and we have used dynamic approach to load the data from source to bronze layer, and we have also created a pipeline. The pipeline you can see here in workflow. This is the pipeline we have created. We have used the concept of you know while creating the list of files, we have created a parameter to create the list, and then we have used for each loop, okay, to do a simply copying the data from source to target, right? This is as same as your Azure Data Factory pipelines that we are going to create. Now we were doing the data transformation part in silver layer. So we have seen the two transformations of a simple transformation of region, you can see, okay, and this is a very basic transformation that we have done, like how to read the data and how to drop the column, how to write the data, okay, as a delta table. Okay, so this is what we have done so far. Similarly, we have gone through some of the transformation opportunities where you can see we have used split column, okay, in the drop, and we have used aggregation function to find the count. We can do it for sum, we can do it for maximum, and we can do it for minimum as well, right? Then we are finding out the total customer state wise, okay, and we have used this count. Then we have also used the filter, how to do a filter, okay, how to do concatenation, again how to write a table finally, right? So this was the transformation that we have done in our silver layer. Now let's do it for other two areas. Let's create a notebook for order table, okay, or let's do it this order at the later stage. First complete the exercise of our what was lastly done. Wait, okay, for region customer, so we can do it for product, okay, so just we can do it for product, and if we have to come, we can rename this as silver underscore products, right? This is the name I have given. Now the first thing what we can do, we can first read the data. So let's create a markdown saying data reading, okay. So how to read the data? So simply we will use spark.read, and then after that we need to specify the format, right? So right now the data is from where we are reading the data. So data is already in my bronze layer. This is the layer, right? And this data is available in the parquet format, okay. So what I will do, I will just write parquet, okay, because I'm reading from this AD less than 2, right? And Then I can go to the next line, and then I have to load the data. Simply means I have to give the path. So what is my path? Path is Azure Blob Storage Secure File Services, ABFSS. Then I will write the storage account. This is my container name is branch, and this is my storage account SSACL, right? So what I will write this branch at the rate SSACL dot DFS dot core dot windows dot net, right? Dot net. And then I am going to read everything which is there in this folder. Okay, in this branch folder we have to go inside the products, right? Because in branch folder we have customer, there are many folders, right? So we have to go inside the product. So I should specify products, right? So if I trigger this data will be copied in this DataFrame df, and we can see the data with the help of the df dot display, right? Simply if I execute, okay, let me connect. So okay, it's connected and now it's running. So this will show me the data. So this is a simple read operation that we have done, and we can see the data will be loaded. Okay, it's taking time, but it is going to be complete very soon. Now this silver layer is all about doing the data transformation. So we need to transform this data. The first time it always take time, because you know this cluster is just now started, and okay, it's saying path not found. What happened to the path? Oh, it's products, not the product. Okay, so the name is products. So it's always good to just copy and paste instead of writing by yourself. So I missed this S, that's why it threw me an error. Let me first escape this, and okay, then I can rerun this, and this time it will give the data without taking too much of time. So in total we have said this is running, this is completed, and it will display the data because we have given this df.display. So it's fetching the result. You can see this is the data. Now you can see product ID, product name, category, brand, price, right? This is the data we have. Now this rescued column, so we can drop this column. Okay, so if you have to drop this column, what we should do, again we have to rewrite this df is equals to, because we are dropping from df, and df dot drop. Okay, very simple. Then at the moment you will use this word, this will only really give you all the options. So I am going to drop this rescued column, because in silver there is no mean of using rescued column, right? So if you want to see the data, okay, you can see df dot print schema. You can print schema also, right? This will tell you whether the data is there or not. I mean the column is dropped or not. Okay, so instead of again rerunning the select query, we can do this. So you can see this is already dropped, right? So this drop command you can use without any problem. Now let's try to create a temporary view, because if we have to do any stuff, we should know how to create a temporary view. Okay, view, what is view? View is a virtual structure of any table. So so table actually physically stores the data, right? But if you want not to physically store, but you want to use this table in form of temporary view, how you can do that? You don't have to do all the statement like create view with these many columns and so that, right? So we can create a temporary view. So let's write this as a statement, create a temp view. Okay, how to create a temp view? So we are going to say this. Okay, if you want to make it bold, you can select and make it bold. Okay. Now how to create the temp view? So let's So df dot, because we are creating on top of this data frame df which we already created. So there are two kind of view. One is a create global temp view and another one is a create temp view. Okay, and we have one option is create or replace global temp view, create or replace temp view. So there are two kinds of view. One is a temporary view, another one is known as global temporary view. The meaning of global temporary view, because if you have created, you can create it across the notebook. Because if I'm creating a simple temp view, the temporary view will be created, but this view will only be used within this notebook silver underscore product. But I want to create a global temporary view of product and I want to use this in multiple other notebooks, so I can do that, right? So this is one thing. Second thing is, what is the difference between create and replace? If we select the option of create or replace, what will happen? It will first check if system is already there, it will recreate it. It will override that. If it is not there, right, then also it will create. So if you simply select create temp view, the system will not check whether it is having or not having, and it will throw an error. Okay, so let's do it this create or replace temp view, and I can create a view with products. Okay, fine. So this has created. Now if you want to do any, and why I created this view, because I want to create a some of the functions, user defined functions. Okay, so when we are handling with any database, okay, what we can do, we can create a table, we can create a view, and we can create a functions. Okay, so what do you mean by functions? Function means something which we can use for our work. Imagine I'm having a numbers, right? If I have to do addition, what I can do, I can apply this logic a plus b, correct? If I have to do a subtraction, I can do like a minus b. If I have to do multiplication, I can do a multiply b, right? So I'm doing some activity on the basis of this data a and b, correct? But every time when I have to do, I have to write this entire code. Instead of that, what I will do, I will create a calculator. So this calculator will become a function for me. This will act like a function, right? So whenever I have to do an addition, I will write this function add, and I will pass the value of 1,6, right? And it will return me 7, correct? So this is the meaning of function. So function, it can be reused. So function always take the value and return the output. Okay, so what function will do? Function will take the value and return the output. Okay, so we have to create the function, right? So what we are going to create? We are going to create a function which will be a user defined function, and this we will create to find. So we have a price in my product table. We have a column name as price. If you see, price is there, right? This is the column. Now with the help of this price, I want to create a function, right? And this function I want to create like with the name as discounted price. So what it will do, it will, based on this price, for example my price is $100, right? Now I want to give discount of 10%. Okay, so my discounted price will become 90, right? $90, because I will multiply the existing price with 0.9. okay, so it will be 90, correct? So I want to create a function, a user defined function. So that's the reason what I did. First I was having a table. Okay, this is the table name, and for this I based on this table we will find out the price, and we will you know, we will take the price and find out the discounted price. Okay, now let's go and work on this function area, and to do all this activity we need to import some libraries also. What we have to import, sorry, we have to import our SQL functions. So from PySpark we will write this command, from PySpark.sql.functions, because we will be using SQL functions, right? And then we will use import, and I'm going to import everything like star, correct? Then similarly I will have to import the types, spark.sql.types. Okay, then I will type import star. Okay, if you're not importing it, you will not be able to use the SQL functions like with column and other stuffs. Okay, because I'm going to use so I will write this percentage SQL because I want to use the SQL command. Now I will use create or replace, basically replace the similar like this. Okay, then what I'm creating function, okay, with the keyword function, and where I want to create this function, I want to create this function in my catalog. So my catalog is adb_cat, right? So you can see in adb_cat we all have schema. Okay, so within catalog we can create table, we can view, we can create schema, table, view, and functions. Okay, so actually I can tell you about, we can create these things. So we, on the top we have meta store, then we have catalog. Within the catalog we can have a schema, within a schema we can create table, we can create view, and we can create functions. Okay, so we are studying this part. Okay, so create or replace function, let's make it capital to have some consistency. Okay, and what's the name, where we have to create our adb_cat is our catalog, so this is the name of the catalog, and then we will put dot, and when in which folder, let's create it in the branch folder. Okay, and I want to create using discounted price, right? Discounted_price. I want to create this function, and this function, what input it will take? It will take price, right? And price also it will take like in a double. If you see the schema, this price is of double. It accept the data double. Double is a data type. Okay, and if you want to rename it, just rename it p_price, product price. Okay, something like that. Okay, and what it will return, so it will return something, correct? So it will return again the new price, and new price data type will also be in double format. Okay, and then it will use language SQL, not Python. I want to make it SQL because SQL is an easy one to write. Okay, language SQL, and then what it will return? It will return your what calculation it will be. Like if it is 5%, then you will have to write p_price 5%. Okay, but I want to make it 10%, so I will write 0.90. Okay, right? So this is done. Now you can run this. So let's write functions. Okay, we are demonstrating functions. Got it? So let's execute this. So what it will do, it will create a function. Okay, So this function is created. This function is nothing but just like a computer. Let's execute this function. How to execute it, how to make use of this function. So we will again put %sql, and this time we will use select. We want to see the product, we want to see some of the columns like product id, okay, and like price. For any product, what is the product id, what is the price, and what is the discounted price. Okay, so in this discounted price, so this is my okay, so basically we have to specify where no, this is not correct. From df, okay, not from df, yeah, from df. No, wait, so select. First of all, let's see the schema. What is the column we want? We want product underscore id. Okay, let's copy this one. It's already there, but let's paste it. We want product id, then we want actual price. Actual price is this, yes, price, and then we want discounted price. Now how to find the discounted price? Okay, so we have to first go to our you can see, we have to first go to our function. So this is the from this we can find out the discounted price. So how to go? First go to our catalog adb underscore cat, and within that catalog we will go to our branch folder, and within that branch folder we will go to our function, discounted function, and discounted underscore price, the function which I have created, and in place of p underscore price I will pass this price from this table, right? I will pass this price, okay, and once I will pass, then definitely I will get the return, and the return I will print as discounted price. As means it will first calculate and print the answer in this the calculation under this column. So this is the new column, discounted price. Okay, from where? From this temporary view which I have created. I have created temporary view for this reason, right? From products, right? From products. Okay, got it. Now you can just execute this, and you can see it has calculated your discounted price on the basis of the calculation that you have shown, right? Okay, understood. Now this is what we have done using SQL mode. Now can we do this, the same stuff, can we write the same query in the Python mode? Because in Python we have to call the function in a different way. We have to use expr to call the function. Okay, so if you want to write in this manner, you can just write to use the user defined function. This is known as user defined functions in SQL, in Python. So far as of now we use keyword known as expr, means expression. Okay, I don't know why this was bold. I'm not seeing this is a bold. Anyways, leave it. I don't know why it was not showing me bold. Anyway, so how to do that? So in Python we always use DataFrame. Okay, so let's use this DataFrame df, because I'm not going to write this in this table. Okay, or you can write this in table also, no problem. Correct. But anyway, then what you will do, you will add one column. How to add? With the help of with column. Okay, and you want to add with column as discounted underscore price. Okay, this is the new column you are going to add, and basically you are finding this column with the help of user defined function. So we will use expr keyword, and within that expr I will call this user function, right? So my user function is in adb underscore category. Then I will go inside my branch folder. Then I will go inside my function name as discounted underscore price. Okay, and what I will do, I will pass the value of price. Okay, pass the value of price which is available in my data frame. Okay, and I will write this price. Okay, in return I will get the discounted price. Okay, and then I can see the result, df underscore dp dot display. Okay, so this will display the result. This is how we can call the user defined function with the help of this expression known as expr. Okay, and if you want to okay, anyways, so this is how we have created a user defined function with the help of SQL, right? How to create? Simply we have used this create or replace function adb. This is very simple. Return double language SQL. How can we create in language Python as well? Let's see how to create a language the same user defined function with the help of Python. So let's take, just call this out, creating by SQL. Okay, something like that. Now functions creating by Python. Creating by Python. You should know all the things, that's why it's important. Okay, so how to create by the help of Python? Let's see. Okay, now what we will do, we will create a column name as brand column, right? We already have a brand or we have a category. We want to make this column in uppercase. So whatever it is written like Nike, Apple, Revlon, we want to make this as a uppercase. Correct? But at this time we will be using Python. So what we will do, we will again write, let me create or replace. So at the moment you will use create, automatically system will take %SQL because they know that it is SQL statement, right? So I am trying to create or replace, and what I'm doing, I'm creating functions, and I'm creating function in the same. Okay, adb underscore cat and dot branch. Okay, and this time I'm creating upper function, upper func. Okay, it means it will convert any string on an upper layer. And if I just passed p underscore brand, any string, so the data type will be string. So I need to specify what column I am passing, right, and what is the data type of that column. Correct? Simple. And then I will have to return. So in place I will get return string only. If I am passing a string, I will get strings only, right? So string, and this is generating the code for me. Okay, so this is the power of GenAI. Okay, then what I have to use, I can use language SQL, but I'm not interested in language SQL. I can use language Python. Okay, and we can see what is the difference between this. So when you are using language Python, okay, you have to use this as $, then return. Okay, so let me just go in every line. Okay, then you have to, what you are returning, you have to specify within the $. And so what you are returning, So you are returning the discounted price. How you are calculating discounted price? Sorry, uppercase. So P underscore brand dot upper means you are taking this string and you are converting this brand into uppercase. So it will be dot upper. That's it. So in Python we just have to use this upper. So this, if you keep lower, it will go for a lowercase. Correct. If it is a date and you want to calculate the month, you can do that dot month like that. Okay, and this is coming with the help of already predefined functions we have. Okay, so at the moment we just trigger this, it will create a function. You can see the function might have. Let's refresh this, go to a catalog. Within the branch you can see the functions and you can see this upper function has created. Okay, now it's a time to use this and find out the run the select statement. Okay, so let's select okay, so again the same thing, product ID. Okay, let's do it from product. Yeah, no problem. So instead of selecting all, I will use, okay, so best thing is if you put control plus space. Okay, because I defined from, if I press control plus space, it will give me, oh, it's not giving, it is giving me so many things. Ideally it should give the value, but it's okay. Let me type product underscore ID. I want price and I want what I want brand. Actually, sorry, I want brand only, brand, and then I want brand underscore upper. And I want to call this function. How to call? Just copy this, Control C. Okay, I call this function and I pass brand I am passing. Hey, what I did. Okay, I copied it. Okay, and I can rename this by writing as brand upper. Okay, from products. Fine. So if I run this, what is going to happen? It will convert my lowercase into uppercase. You can see it will return the data in uppercase for the brands. Okay, so these are the very basic things we have done in our products table. Okay, transformation. And now let's write the data. So where we have to write in a silver layer. Okay, silver layer. Hey, I don't know, 1 second. Okay, so I can write this df dot write, and if we have to write, we have to specify the format, mode and location where we are writing. Whenever we have to write, we have to specify first thing is format, in what format we are writing the data. So basically we are creating a delta lake. So obviously we are not writing this data in a Parquet format, right? So we will write the data, although the data, if it is stored in the storage location, it will store in a Parquet format only, but we have to write in a delta format because we are creating a delta lake. So we will use this delta. Okay, and then I can go to the next line and I can type this mode. So because this is my master data and I want to make this override, instead of appending mode, I will use override because I don't want to. Okay, this should be dot, not the comma. Correct. And then, well, what I will have to do, I will have to give the location where I want to save the data. so it will be dot save. Okay, and then where I am saving the data, abfss, I am saving in my silver layer actually, right? And this silver layer is in this storage location dot dfs dot core dot windows dot net. Okay, and I am saving in a same manner, right, the way it is saved in my source, inside subfolders in the products, right? So I will save the similar things in my silver container. So this is my silver container. So as of now, customer region is done, because this is what we have covered. We don't have a product, so let's create a product folder subdirectory, right, and save the data. Okay, so the moment I will run this, this will create, this will write the data in this account, correct? At the same time, what I have to do, I have to create the table also. Okay, so let's go one by one. So this part is understood. Now we will run this. So at the moment I am running this, okay, I can refresh this product data has entered, saved. Okay, fine. Okay, you can query the data if you want. You can read the data as well. How to read? I can read the data. df dot spark dot read. Okay, dot format. Okay, and then we'll have to give the path, right? Let's read the data. Okay, this was a simple mistake. Attribute spark is not supported. Okay. Okay. Okay, wait a moment. Yes, it should be. Yeah, I should not run this command. Wait, I should not run this command as of now. Wait. Okay, anyway, what I can do, I can simply, okay, first of all, this is done, it is already assigned. So if I have to run this, I can use this df underscore 1, something like that, right? I don't want to tamper it. Okay, then I can write it, and I can just type display .df. Okay, let me run this. So this will give me the data. Okay, you can see we have not added discounted price intentionally, that's why discounted price has not come, but it's okay. If you want to assign it, you can do this assignment as well. How to assign this? We have to give one command, but anyway, let's delete this section, because that's just a, because we are trying to make a pipeline with the help of this notebook. So all the irrelevant things we are going to delete it. Now data is written, but data is written in this silver layer. We are, but in my catalog we don't have the data written over there. So first of all, what we should do, okay, silver schema is already created. Yes, silver schema is already created. In this silver schema we have written customer data, but we have not written our product data. So how to write the data in a product? So simply we can create a table. Okay, So this, we need to create a delta table, and how to create a delta table? We will use this create table, if not exist. Remember, whenever you are creating, we should always write if not exist. Means if it is exist, it will not run, but if it is not exist, then it will run. Okay, so adb underscore cat. And why I'm using this if not exist? Because I will be creating pipeline using this notebook, right? So if I just mention create table blah blah blah, what will happen? Every time it is trying to create a table, because pipeline will run every day. It will not run one day and it will not be running next day. It's not going to happen. If I am creating a pipeline and if I am using this notebook within that pipeline, it will run every section of the code, correct? And if I write create table t1, but t1, if it is already there, then my pipeline will fail. So we should write create table if not exist dot where we are creating. Are we creating in branch? This is saying branch, but this is not correct, right? I'm not creating in branch. So don't rely on the suggestions given by Gen AI. Okay. So I'm creating this inside my silver layer. If you see inside silver layer, I have to create, and I should create customer underscore silver. Similarly, product underscore silver I should create, right? Then I will use what? Product underscore silver. Okay, product underscore silver. Okay, and I will use using delta option. However, even if you are not using delta, it will by default create delta these days. Okay, previously we have to specify using delta, but this time, because they have automatically adjusted that whatever table you are creating with the help of create statement, they will use using delta only. Then it is suggesting as select. So basically it is suggesting ctas method. Okay, but I'm not using ctest method because again this is also a new latest change happened. I'm just specifying the location, simple location. So which location I should create? Okay, so location is where I have to create. Here I have to create. From where it should copy the data? It should copy the data from silver layer, correct? From here it should copy. So using location, so I should give this location. Okay, this location, using location. So what is my using location? I should give abfss double quotes, then I should give silver layer, then inside silver layer I am okay ssecl dot dfs dot core dot windows dot net, and in that core dot windows dot net I am having products. Okay, I should go inside the products. So is it clear what we are doing? Okay, that's it. Now just hit on okay, creating table in the Unity catalog with a ADFS. Oh, sorry, ABFSS. Okay. It's done. Okay. Fine. If you refresh this, you would be able to see the data. Table actually. For data, you need to, if you want to run the command of select star from adb underscore cat dot silver dot product underscore silver, right? This is the name of the table you have given. Oh, okay, let's make it SQL. Okay, it will show you the data. right? So this has done our notebook for products. Let me delete this also. I don't want to run unnecessary blocks, because we are going to use this in our pipeline. So silver underscore product is done. Now it's a time for another, the last one and the most important one actually, okay, for orders, because orders contain our transactional data, right? So what we are going to do, we are simply going to create a new notebook, and this time we are calling this as a silver underscore orders. So we are creating this for silver underscore order, correct? Yeah, okay. So again I'm going to connect to this serverless compute. So the first thing that we can do is we can try to read the data, right? Data read. Okay, so inside data read, what we will do, we will assign a data frame and we will use spark.read. Then I will use format, because I'm reading from where? I'm reading from branch layer, and in this branch layer this data is in Parquet format, right? Then I will read the data with the help of load. I'm giving the location, right? And the location is abfss. Okay, this is branch at the rate saacl dot bfs dot core dot windows dot net, and inside dot net I am referring to orders, right? And then what I will do, I will just use, because this is a having huge volume of data, so what I will do, I will just limit for 10 rows. Okay, and then I will write display fill executed, so it will show me the top 10 rows from the order table. Okay, so orders data is having around 2000 or 10,000 rows maybe. Okay, so it will show me only 10 rows from the top. Okay, and basically there are some issue. What is the issue? Oh, this comma, it should be, so any simple mistake it will pick up, because I am not using this GenAI, I am using to type the code by myself, so these common mistakes are okay. So this has shown me the top 10 rows. Now if I have to see the if I have to do the transformation, what I should do, I should first bring the library SQL functions and data types. So from PySpark I am bringing the SQL functions, okay, so that I can, so I'm importing, so this is known as importing the library. So when you are working in Python or any such kind of programming language, PySpark, you have to import the inbuilt libraries in your notebook always, right? Types dot, sorry, not dot, import star, correct? And we have many others like windows, date, time, delta dot tables, right? So time to time we will use that. So let's import the things at the first stage, okay, and then we can do a number of things. So right now we don't have anything known as, okay, we have rescued column, so we can start dropping the column, correct? So what we should do, inside the data frame we will use df, and this is equals to df dot drop, okay, and then we will use underscore rescued, right? What happened, we can copy from here, right? Or let's first print a schema first of all, right? df dot print schema, it will be easy to copy from here, right? So I am going to copy this and I am going to put inside the drop column, correct? Then after dropping the column, what I will do, I will use this df dot limit dot 10, okay, dot display. it will, I'm doing a lot of spelling mistakes. So it is showing me the 10 records now. Now you can see this rescued column is dropped finally. Okay. Then what we can do, we can rename any column if we want. Okay. Rename you already know, or you can just make it df dot with column rename. Okay, with column renamed. Okay, and in this with column renamed, what you can do, which column you want to rename. First of all, check this out: customer ID, product ID, order date, quantity. Okay, just mention quantity sold. Okay. Okay, then first I should copy the quantity. I want to rename this. So first I will type which column I want to rename, then I will give the value. Okay, and what I want to name it as quantity underscore sold, something like that, right? And if you want to see the data, or let's not assign within the data frame, otherwise I just want to showcase you the option, but don't want to copy the data within the data frame. So what I will do, I will just limit 10. Okay, and I want to display the okay, just let's see the first 10 rows after renaming. So you can see this is named as quantity underscore sold. Okay, all right, so now we can do some more things. Okay, let's go with some more data transformation exercise. So what we can do, we have something known as order date. Okay, if you see, we have order date. I want to convert this date into timestamp. If you know what is timestamp and why it is used, now in order to track the changes, every second is important, right? So I need to specify other elements within this data, means converting this into timestamp. How to convert that? So basically in a SQL function we always use to underscore integer, to underscore boolean, to underscore timestamp we used to use, right? So this all comes under the SQL functions, and you know that we already imported all the SQL functions, so our to underscore timestamp will work, otherwise you will have to import it. Okay, so what I should do, I should write df dot, and I'm writing with column. Okay, because I'm trying to modify the structure of existing column, and we have order date which we want to convert, right? So let me write order underscore date. Okay, and I want to convert this into to timestamp, the data type. So I will use to underscore timestamp, you can see, and then I will be using this order date. Okay, very easy to do. Okay, and then we can see the data type, print schema. If you want to see the data as well, df dot limit 10. Okay, dot display. If you want to see the entire data, it's your wish, you can see, but you can see, right, this is your print schema. So you can see in print order date is now coming as timestamp instead of date. Okay, and here also you can see the difference of the data. So this is how you can convert your data type as well. Now we should create a new column based on this date, order date. We can create the new column like year, new column like month, or new column like date. How to do that? Okay, so you can simply just write a text as, yeah, creating new columns. Okay, and we can make it like adding. Okay. So simply we will write our data frame df dot with column we will use. Okay, and this time I'm going to create year. So year, and to create a year we will use a function all the time. So that's the reason we imported the SQL functions, because it will make our life easier. And if we have to convert, find out the year from the date, you will always use year. Okay, and you have to find out this year from, you have to give a reference to a column. So this function you are applying on this column, right? So this is a column, right? So you have to specify COL. COL stands for column. It means you are giving some column inside it, right? So you will use order date, order underscore date. Okay, this bracket closed, this bracket is also closed. Okay, this bracket is closed. Now this is blue color bracket. Okay, so this will give you the idea. Similarly, what you can do, you just copy this one and find it out for month. Okay, month, and here you should specify month. That's it, easy. Okay, then you have to specify day, like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So you will use again, this time it is not day, but it is day of, you can see all the things, day of week, day of month, day of year, days, display, right? You can make best use of all this transformation. Okay, day of month, right? So this is done. Now what you can do, if you want, you can just see the data. Again, I am limiting it for 10 records. I don't want to display the entire thing, correct? And then I can see the print schema also, so that you would be able to see if the column has added or not. So three new columns got added. You can see it's a year, month, and day, and you can see the data as well. If you just go on right, you can see this is the day. Okay, and if you want to just check more things, correct, let me check more things, or let me check here instead of tampering any data. Let's check here. So in place of day of month, let's I want to day of week I want to use. Okay, so what it will show me, fine. Okay, now I'm not going to assign this. So instead of assigning this, what I will do, I will use limit 10 and then display. Okay, let me check what it is showing. So you can see, if you use this day of the week, again it is showing the same, like which day it is, right? Now let's modify something else and check for others as well. Okay, so this will give you idea how to play with the things. If you simply select day, right, what it will show. It is simply giving you the dates. Okay, days. Okay, oh, it's not. One second. Deprecated. What is deprecated? Anyways, so day of year. Okay, let's see what day of year is giving to you. And see, 310, 58, 287. So you can see how effective it is, right? There are so many things we can explore. Let's delete this because I don't want to put inside my notebook. Okay, so this has the new column has created now. Okay, now what we can do some important function which is known as window function. And why window function is required? Window function will give you ranking, how to find out the ranks, how to find out. So there are three things. One is rank, dense rank, and row number. Okay, so this we can cover during next session of our video. Okay, because that is very very important when we have to develop for any spatial changing dimension, slow changing dimension, SCD type 1, SCD type 2, right? So we are going to cover this later. Okay, thank you.